On today's Toy Box Tuesday, we're concluding our look at the Funko Rick and Morty Snowball series. Today we're going to take a look at Mr. PoopyButtHole. Welcome back. So yes, we are finally here with the last figure in this series, Mr. PoopyButtHole. Again, I am not going to go into too further detail of this figure because you guys know what the packaging looks like if you've seen the previous episodes. If you haven't, just check out my channel for those series. So if you haven't looked. So there you go. Short and sweet, I know. But if you want to watch the other videos at your leisure, they're there. So again, like I said, not going to go too much into further detail with the packaging. As you can see, you get a nice window display of Rick and Morty there escaping the portal with all these cats all over the place, so pretty cool. You get a nice look at Mr. PoopyButtHole and the Build-A-Figure for Snowball there. So pretty cool, along with his, I believe, cane and a piece of candy or a bullet shell. I do not know. We'll take a look at that later. Then you get all the other 5 figures that make up the Snowball mech shoot. So you get Rick, Morty, Mr. Meeseeks, Mr. PoopyButtHole, and Bird Person, all of which make up for a Snowball in the mech suit. So pretty cool. So again, guys, short and sweet. So I'm just gonna fade out here, and then we'll take our look at Mr. PoopyButtHole and do a review for it. So I'll be back in a minute, guys. Stay tuned. And here is Mr. PoopyButtHole out of packaging, and I gotta say, really well done on Funko's part. Like how this figure's shorter than the others, as it should be from the show. Very show accurate, but very nice. So of course we're not going to take a look at that figure quite yet, because we're going to take a look at his accessories, and of course the Build-A-Figure piece that makes up Snowball. And I gotta say, Snowball here looks awesome. I love it. I love how high-techy... Oop! Before I dropped him. I love how high-techy Snowball here looks. I like his little visor, his little gear piece there, VR helmet, or whatever you want to call it. But very cool. Very reminiscent of the show in that episode, Lawnmower Man or Lawnmower Dog episode. Pretty cool. So I'm just gonna set this in the bag here, so the bag of goodies here. So we'll just pop these in here, then we'll do a little build there for that figure. So just set those aside. That being said, let's take a look at the other accessories. So Mr. PoopyButtHole comes with a little cane, it looks like. So that's pretty cool. I'll just zoom in for a bit so that way you guys can get a better, closer look. But it's very nice. It's a standard black cane. Nothing too fancy, so very nice. Again, if you didn't see that one episode of Season 2 about the fate of poor little Mr. PoopyButtHole here, then you definitely know what this is all about here. So pretty cool. And then the next accessory, I'm just going to stay zoomed in because there's tiny. It's a very tiny, I thought it was candy, but it's a pill prescription bottle. So that's pretty cool as well. Very tiny. Hopefully you guys can see. There you go. You can kind of see. It's a very tiny pill bottle. Probably gonna, I don't know how well he fits in his hand, but probably going to get easily lost somewhere down in the future, so yeah, just be aware of that. But very cool nonetheless that they included that for, well, references for fans of the show. But overall, pretty cool accessories. So, with his accessories aside, let's take a look at the articulation for Mr. PoopyButt here. Honestly, he doesn't... The downside how the figure looks is quite well done. I like how the figure looks. The only downside, though, is he doesn't have much articulation, it looks like. This is all his articulation. I'll just quickly show you. And that's literally it. It does have a slight swivel in the head, but that's pretty much it. Again, I would have liked it for it to be a little more articulated instead of the 90s, you know guys know what I mean, 90s toy style of articulation with just 4 points, or retro articulation. But yeah, it could have been a little more done with some finesse and given us some proper range of articulation. I mean, it is what it is. I like the look of the figure, but just a little more articulation would have been nice on Funko's side. But I can't complain, because paint-wise, he came out quite clean, so that's always a plus in my book. His head's a little wobbly, though, too, but that's alright. And you get nice details in the neck there. Very wrinkly, just like in the show, so that's pretty cool. As far as his accessories go, we'll just fit his accessories there. Yeah, I guess that will be fine. His cane does fit in well, and if you want to fit in the pill bottle, just fits in nicely in his open hand, so there you go. Again, unfortunately, you can't really pose it to a nice little way to make it look more, I don't know, dynamic, because his articulation's lacking, but, you know, it is what it is. Oh well. So that being said, guys, I'm just going to have him propped up on my hand here, because it doesn't look quite good all zoomed out there. It's kind of blurry, but that's alright. But with that being said, guys, quick and easy review of Mr. PoopyButtHole here, but what do I think of the figure? Overall, he's solid, but unfortunately, I have to give him a lesser grade and give him a 7 out of 10, mainly because I would have liked to seen more done to this figure. He's a solid piece, just unfortunately, Funko, 4 points of articulation, really? This will give us more range of articulation, please. I know it might be because of the fact he's short, so that might be a little difficult, but there is so much potential to make this figure a little more articulated than he is. He gave all the other figures articulation, but it just feels like this is just a cheap, you know, cop out of the other articulated figures in the way. When it says that it's articulated and all you get is 4 points, so that's a little disappointing. However, though, I like the look of the figure. He came nicely painted, and everything came out very clean. So overall, despite my main gripes with the figure not being fully articulated, then just 4 points, it's just, you know, it is what it is at the end of the day, so a 7 out of 10 sits well with me. Again, guys, totally up to your opinion with you. If you like, overall, I think all these figures are phenomenally well designed. Just, unfortunately, Mr. PoopyButtHole is the weakest one of the link, so that's pretty unfortunate. Despite him looking good, it would have been nice to see a little more effort in the articulation department for this figure. So that is it for today's Toy Box Tuesday, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, stay tuned for more Toy Box Tuesdays. Next week, we're going to finally take a look at Snowball and this Build-A-Figure Rick and Morty line, so pretty stoked for that, and I'm sure a lot of you are stoked to see Snowball in action there, too. As always, guys, if you enjoyed my toy review of this series toy reviews, stay subscribed. I do a lot of geeky reviews that are not only toy reviews, but also comic book, well, movie reviews. Lately, since the Halloween season's coming up, I'm focusing on getting some horror movie reviews out of the way. But I also do some themed like that, and I also do comic book reviews eventually, and some other movie reviews down the road. So if you like all that kinds of stuff, just stay tuned and subscribe for more content on my channel. And just give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more Toy Box Tuesdays from me. Probably going to switch things up this year, like I mentioned it before, because we're going to take a look at some horror-themed toys probably in the next couple of weeks, months, since it's almost close to October Halloween season. So, as always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, just stay subscribed, hit that bell icon, like this video, and comment down below if you want to see more content from me. So, as always, guys, from Morgan Entertainment, stay entertained.